Hey, you made it to episode 19 of Talk Troopers. Make sure to head over to talktroopers.com, leave us a message. If you'd like to do our intro and even give yourself a plug, that'd be cool. Otherwise, enjoy. I'm recording.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, we're not doing the test anymore. Okay.
Test is done. I don't even know how much hard drive space I have left anymore. I was recording some other stuff and I ran out of hard drive space. We'll see how long this goes, I guess. So have you played the Angry Video Game Nerd game thingy at all?
Yeah, I did. And then the novelty of it wore off on me.
I couldn't get anywhere. I sucked horrible on it.
It does get difficult.
Yeah.
Some of the jumps are ridiculous. And I don't know if that's designed.
I'm sure it is. And there's actually a kind of a neat secret at the end. So Chris, he played it while I was sitting in the chair, almost passed out. Like I'm trying to keep my eyes open because we were drinking for so long. He beat the whole game in one sitting. If the guy has a talent, it's video games.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was insane.
I like the way it's made. I think the controls are good and everything. It's cute and everything. It's just the novelty wore off on me. So maybe when I go back, I'll be like, okay.
I think that's where I'll be too. Plus, I'm still playing Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS. I thought I was almost done, and I just opened up a whole nother area, which I guess to me, it felt like it took a long time because I'm only playing it like at 10 minutes, 20 minutes at a time. And like I don't even turn off my DS. I just keep it plugged in and I just shut the lid and set it down. And it's, holy crap, it's been horribly difficult for me to not want to play that. So I haven't started anything new. I do want to finish it though because I have the Switch version, but I don't want to start that till I finish the other one.
It gives you a little reason to finish the game before you move on.
Yeah, and I don't know where it is. Somewhere around here I have my 2DS. I think it's actually on another charger in the other room because I have the Mickey game I just bought on there, Castle Illusion. And that's actually pretty good too. I didn't know how I'd feel about the drawing on the screen because you could do it on the Wii version and everyone liked it, but I never played it. And I'm like, I'm sick of gimmicks at the time. And I could actually probably do without the drawing part, but it doesn't completely wreck the game. It's still all right.
Since we're on handhelds, I went and found my PSP, and sure enough, the battery had swelled to bomb proportions.
Oh yeah, I have mine still. I kept it because it's so swelled up. I bought a new one.
I had to take it out of there because it was like I was gonna break the thing.
Oh yeah, I don't have it inside there anymore. I took it out. I got a new one off of, I want to say Stone Caveman Game, whatever the hell it is. Maybe I didn't get it off there. Maybe I got it off of eBay or Amazon or something. But I did buy a new one. Two of them. And I put one in, and the one I put in is working pretty good. So I don't play the PSP very often. I'd like to play it more.
Well, it's not like they gave you a reason to. They didn't have that many great games for it.
For the PSP?
Yeah.
I don't have them all. Well, I got the UMD of Evil Dead. I mean, what more do you need?
It's a movie.
That's true. I'm looking at mine right now. Grand Theft Auto, Liberty.
See, I'm not a Grand Theft Auto guy.
Yeah, and that's one of those games where once I find a car I like, I steal it, I drive it everywhere, and then I get sick of the game. Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects was a great game, but a horrible saving.
You only liked it because you got it for $4 when Sam Goody was closing.
I think I got almost all of them for $4. It actually is a good game. The problem is I never, and maybe I'm doing it wrong, but the saving scheme sucks ass in it. Every time I would lose my card or something, I would have to start over, and I just got sick of doing it after a while because the story mode doesn't ever end. Dead to Rights Reckoning. I'm a big fan of Dead to Rights. I really love that game. So that one was pretty good. One that I thought you said was good, but I never played it, was The Godfather. I have it up here, though.
That was pretty good. I liked Resistance on there and the God of War that they had for it.
God of War, a lot of people talk about that one. That was actually a good stress test on emulators because it was so detailed and stuff. It was hard to run that. I'm looking, Call of Duty. Oh, that's the Vita. I got a bunch of stuff. Final Fantasy. I've never played a Final Fantasy game.
I've tried. It's not my style either.
I heard it depends on which one you play because they actually changed how it was over time. I have
Maybe I've tried. I tried 7, and I tried the
oh,
one that's on the SNES Mini, the original or whatever that one is. I can't. I just can't.
yeah, I never played it. I got Final Fantasy 10 and then /10-2 HD remastered for the Vita.
See, that's another thing. Like, how many 10s? There's 5 10s. There's 3 13s. There's 8 7s. Just what the hell?
I was going to say that there's 3 13s. I was at Goodwill and I picked up I think I picked up 3 different 13s. I can't see them on my shelf right now. I know they're there though. I just recently redid my shelf and picked up a lot of it and came across them. But I haven't, I heard, maybe it's not, I have like 3 13s, but 13 I thought was the one that even the fans didn't like. But maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't pay attention enough.
No, I've been trying to pick up a little bit more and more because Angie said I don't get to do anything to the game room until she gets her new floor. So we started putting the new floor in finally. And I've been finding crap like gum chewable cases laying around my house with
Games
apparently,
in them.
yeah, apparently I thought it'd be a good idea at one time to do that, which actually it's not a bad idea if you're traveling. My Switch case actually has nice little pockets in it that I put them all in. But yeah, I found like Batman Blackgate, Fire Emblem Warriors for the 3DS, but it's only in 2D, which doesn't really matter. But I bought that one because it you need, I don't know if you needed it, but to get all the features out of it, you had to have the new 3DS. It's a fighter game. I don't think they're all fighter games because the people who love those games tend to love the Final Fantasy games too, and I don't love the Final Fantasy games, and I'm liking this Fire Emblem one. But then I found my Super Smash Bros. 3DS. I forgot I had that.
Nice.
That's the one where if you play Smash Brothers on the Wii U, you can use your 3DS as a controller also.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's very distracting and cool all at the same time. It's a nice novelty. That's probably the best way to put it. Other than that, I mean, I got a lot of games like Assassin's Creed well, this is PS Vita, not the PSP, but Assassin's Creed, it's the only Assassin's Creed game I've ever tried. The closest I've come to playing one is I actually watched you play one at your house once. I don't know, I couldn't get into them. And the Vita one it's bad. I don't know. I don't like all the touchscreen stuff. When I want to play, I just want to sit down and play. I was really worried about Luigi's Mansion. I'm like, how much of this is going to be touchscreen? I really don't want it to be. And so far, none of it has been. I mean, you can touch things on the screen if you want, like for opening up stuff, but you can do it with the buttons also, so you don't have to. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I have that is PSP-wise. A lot of my stuff's not even on the shelves in front of me. That's Switch up there. Yeah, that's it. I got a lot of Switch games I haven't played. But that's my new thing now. Until I play it, I don't take it out of the cellophane anymore. I just hold on to it.
I always open them, but then I always play them right away too. So.
See, and I don't. I have a bad habit of buying. I've been better lately. I haven't bought much. I did buy Doom Eternal the other day because you said it was pretty good, and I
love that game.
I thought it was a good price, so I'm like, and it was for Stadia.
Oh, they're going down, baby.
No, they're just getting a lot of bad press. Yeah.
Have they ever any good press other than you?
No, not really. Well, they did when Cyberpunk came out.
Yeah, Cyberpunk, and then they burned that down when they're like, oh, we're not going to make any games anymore.
They only made a couple games, though. I don't know why people are so upset about that. It's like, that'd be like if Microsoft said, we're not, well, I guess the Halo people would be upset, but it'd be like Microsoft, well, that's not a good example. Steam's a good example. Steam doesn't make games. You just buy the games through them. So I never understood why, because I own a lot of Steam games. And Epic. I own a lot of Epic games.
Stadia's just one of those things where everybody's waiting for it to fail for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't get all the hate. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand if people don't like it, but I just don't. And it's not just Stadia. It's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that people just, there's so much hate, and you're just like, why? It's, not everything's made for everybody. That used to be one of my biggest sales lines at Sears was, you got to look for what has the most pros because everything has cons. Because people are like, oh, what's the one that 100% fits me? My foot in your ass. Nothing else does. It's anyone who thinks there's anything that's 100% for them, they either made it themselves or they're delusional.
Just like they expect everything to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I never understood that. I'm like, a lot of people ragged on Stadia. I did too. My first video on Stadia, I ragged on it. I owned it though. I bought it. I set it up. It was a pain to set up. It's a crap video, I admit it, but I at least tried it. And I admit, it sucked ass. Year later, it works great. But I also have high-end internet or high-speed internet. I also wire all my connections in. I do not play wirelessly. And, well, I should say I usually don't play wirelessly. And the few times I do play wirelessly, if I get a buffer here and there, I don't blame Stadia for that. I mean, that's the whole system is reliant on your internet. And they don't hide that fact. And there's so many people out there like, well, I don't have fast enough internet. Stadia sucks. Well, it sucks for you. It doesn't mean Stadia itself sucks. That's
No. We deal in absolutes now.
I know. Well, then we should boycott peanut butter. I mean,
Why is that?
peanut butter doesn't do me any good.
Well, just because you die if you eat it? No, nobody can eat it? Well, I mean, that's the way it is.
That's the rules. That's the rules. It's
That's true.
it's. I already said I wouldn't drink Coke anymore. I have to go to Pepsi. But then I remembered Pepsi was more of a Russia donator before Coke ever was. So good thing I have the equipment to make my own soda in my house. Unfortunately, I'm freaking lazy.
I'm just going to go with off-brands.
I'm ripping a label off my bottle right now just in case I drink.
I'm just going to go with off-brands and the cheap ones.
I got your,
Jolly Good, Dr. Thunder.
I got your favorite. White liquid.
Yeah.
I know how much you love clear white liquid.
What are you implying here?
Oh, no, not the white thing. That wasn't a race comment, but I wish it would have been because that would have been clever. No, you don't. Remember you said you don't like white. I believe it's actually the pilot episode, that or it's the first episode. And I said,
Like,
what about Superman?
Shit-ass Mountain Dews. Hey, I like Voodoo, and that's white.
Voodoo. I'm not sure I'm familiar with Voodoo.
That comes out every Halloween. Well, the last two.
That's every Halloween. I can't remember past 30 days. So.
Because it's a like a mystery flavor.
Oh, yeah. Have you had the Mountain Dew melon that's out?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Is it? Oh, Ross likes it. Because I can't drink anything that's not diet anymore. I haven't been
They have
able
a
to try it.
0-1 of that, I think.
Do they?
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to try any of it because it's junk.
Oh, I'm a huge watermelon fan.
I am too. It does nothing. Tastes nothing like watermelon.
What did I have that tasted like a Jolly Rancher watermelon the other day? Now that I think about it, I thought it was that one. Maybe it was something else. It was probably something else.
What I want to know is what did it blow to get put into a regular rotation right away? No other Mountain Dew gets that service. It has to have the taste tests and the rollouts and everything. Oh no, Major Melon right to the all-time lineup. Why? You stink.
Well, what kills me is Baja Blast got released. And when I was drinking non-diet soda, that was Taco Bell every time. I'm a Taco John's fan because their dog meat's a little better. But I think they're using more purebred. But the
few times I've had food poisoning, it's been Taco John's.
Yeah, but you enjoyed the taste. That's what.
Oh, I did. Yeah, it was just the aftermath that put me under.
Yeah, that's just a diet plan. That's all intentional. It's you're just not you're not used to the good canine, the good feline, the fancy feast. But
well, you want that Waterford Crystal with the Sheba or whatever that fancy cat food is.
Yeah, I think it is fancy feast, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had a cat, but the Baja Blasto at Taco John's. Wait, no, Taco Bell. Sorry, Taco Bell. I don't always get a soda wherever I drink or go to eat because a lot of times I find I finish my food and I never touched my drink. And I'm like, well, I don't want to take this stupid cup in my car. But I will when I go to Taco Bell because of the Baja Blast. Well, they sell Baja Blast now outside of Taco Bell. And Target's one of the people that carry it. Not my Target. And it drives me nuts.
Code Red can be hard to find too.
See, now that one I have no problem finding. And I've heard that from other people saying they have trouble finding that too. It's, in fact, I just drank the last one, I think, the other day. Actually, I am out of it.
If there's ever a sale on Mountain Dew, Code Red's gone. Forget it. You're not getting it. Unless you got in there the moment the sale went out live, you're not getting it.
It's funny because we don't live that far away from it in the aspect of the United States. We don't, like, we're
Yeah.
200 miles away from each other, something like that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's funny how, like, with GameStop or when Toys R Us was still around and stuff, there was things that you had a hard time finding that I was like, well, they can't give it away, and vice versa.
Well, it's like when I watch Rocco's videos. He walks past stuff that I'm dying to get. And he's like, there's 5 of them here. How come you have them all?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, let's lift up this bottom shelf. Oh, hey, that's the Christmas special version of the cardboard cutout of the goddamn UPC thing that came out before the store even existed. What? It, that was a horrible reference to the Star Wars original Kenners, but... You have the Cara Dune, right?
Yep.
Did you open it?
Hell no.
Yeah, there's your 401k right there.
Well, it's funny. I bought it because I saw it at Target before all that went down. Well, it was just starting when I found it. I'm like, I'm buying that just as a supporter. And I put it in the shelf, and I was like, I forgot about it. And then when she got fired, I'm like, wait a minute. I bought that. And sure enough, I got it. It's in mint condition, too.
I
It went into storage immediately.
You couldn't see, now those are one of those things you couldn't find here. The Cara Dunes flew off the shelf.
I only found that one they had just put them out.
Yeah, there's, I shouldn't even be saying this. Oh, well, I'll go check tomorrow. This isn't going to air by the time I say it. The one Mission Fleet pack I have, because it has the Cara Dune in it, and then I got Baby Yoda Mando. It was a pack.
Yeah.
And,
I saw it. I sent you that picture. I saw it down here, too.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I'm sure it's gone now. But that pack is only like $15 or something like that.
Yeah, it sounds for like 70 now.
Yeah, there was one or two at Walmart. I'm sure it's gone. But see, there's one of those weird things again, too. Milwaukee, guarantee it's gone already. Up here, it could still be sitting there. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh, no, when Hasbro said they were canceling them all, I think everybody just rushed out.
Well, I wonder, you have a bigger population.
They were never very easy to find here anyway.
Yeah, see, I think it's a density of population because you had a heavier population. Like when we would stand in line for things when I was down there, we stood in line outside. Up here, when you stand in lines for things, you're standing in the checkout line. I don't think the population... No, and that's not true for everything. There's been times I went to go get something, and there was someone in front of me asking for the same thing, and it was gone already. So, I mean, it does... Some things do sell out here, but I can't remember what it was. I found weird things like Powers Comics, the comic book store. They sell Funkos and action figures, things like that also, besides comics. But they're a pretty large comic book store. And I found things there that have been missing off the shelf for ages. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Part of the problem. People like to buy them all when they get them.
Yeah, well, I think
because there's a big thing with the G.I. Joes now that are being scammed and scalped.
Really? What's up with the G.I. Joes?
Well, they put out that, it's like the Black Series for G.I. Joes, and then they put out the vintage packaged ones, 3 3/4.
Oh, yeah, those look pretty cool.
Those things are just flying like mad.
That Destro is awesome.
I saw that one and I passed it up because I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. I'm not a G.I. Joe guy anymore.
I think you and I were talking about it, actually.
Yeah, I saw that at Walmart. It was the only one left. I'm like, oh, these look cool. And I'm like, oh, I'm not into them, so I left it.
I got to remember to write stuff down this time because I'm always like, oh, what the hell do we talk about?
But I couldn't do toy hunt videos because I can't find anything down here. Once in a while I'll stumble on a neck and I'll scream, yes!
See, I see the same neck and the only reason I bought it was because it was Bruce Campbell. But the only NECAs I see down here are those stupid Toonie tears, and I don't like those.
Nobody buys those. We got a ton of those. We need a restock down here because we were pretty swiped.
I think
even the Godzillas have started to sell.
Because there's nothing left?
Yeah, people just buying them.
Screw it, I'll take it. Maybe that's their plan.
I guess. Once we sell these Godzillas, we'll restock. God damn it, okay, I'll buy 4 of them.
If I buy these, do you swear you'll get other things in? Well, that could be a problem because, when we worked at Sears, it went off of when it hit a certain level in the computer, it would reorder, not till then, and somebody set that level.
But there's plenty of room on the shelf, so it can't just be the Godzillas didn't sell, because everything else is gone.
Well, it depends. How did they list in the computer? Did they go under when the NECAs get this low, or when the Godzilla NECAs get this low?
I mean, that's true, because if you buy it, it just says NECA.
Yeah, so they had a whole extra shelf of the stinking God. At least by me, they had another shelf, like an end table.
Yeah, we We had that here too.
Yeah, three tiers high. I mean, it only came waist high, but it was like multiple shelves underneath it, and it was packed.
Yeah, you could fit 5 in each row.
Yeah, and that would fill up a wall. So I'm wondering, was it marked as NECA? And if it was, is that why they weren't getting ordered? Because there was enough on that cart to fill a whole wall.
It could be. Maybe that's why people are starting to buy the Godzillas to get them out of there so they can restock.
Yeah, they bought a whole bunch up, and like 20 days from now, there'll be a big return of them.
You go to Half Price Books, you're like, why are there so many Godzilla NECAs here? Oh, these are the heroes.
Yeah.
I bought them from Target so we could get the new stuff in.
Hey, they don't all wear capes.
No. Well, they should if they buy stuff like that.
Let's see. Yeah, sure. NECA.
Just put toys.
Toys. Well,
we did Star Wars. We did G.I. Joe.
Star Wars. Yeah, you got to get for the metadata part, for the searching part. I like to try to be as in there. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of glad we don't touch on politics too much anymore, just for the because this footage I never aired because we were just so heavy into it. It was a passionate time, I think, for everybody.
I mean, I could still go on with that, but
I could too, but what's the point? We'll build it up for years.
I'd rather talk toys and games and stuff.
I would too, actually, yeah.
Call me a man baby if you will, but Jesus Christ, I just can't deal with that crap.
I prefer vaginally challenged. And I had to think about that for a second. Like, is that going to come out of my mouth right? And it did. I was impressed. I mean, can that ever really come out of anyone's mouth right?
Well, you just keep digging.
I know. Yeah. Speaking of digging, different kind of digging. I was digging through my desk. I had so in order to get the screen thing to work where I can see everything going on and stuff to do the filming or recording, I have to have a second monitor. Otherwise, when what you're seeing goes on top of the screen you're actually on, it freezes you. But if I keep you as an active pane on another monitor, it works fine. Well, I don't normally keep another monitor on my desk because it just takes up a lot of room. And I'm like, oh, crap, I got to get another monitor up here. So I start digging around, and I have a portable I carry around that if you plug the switch into it, it turns it into like a TV version. So it's really nice. I can do pass-through power, charge the switch. It's great for traveling with. And my phone will hook to it. I can do stuff like that. And as I was digging, I found my Samsung S20 that has been missing for like a month.
Hey.
And I got thinking to myself, I'm like, I have a really expensive phone here that I don't even use. Why do I have this phone? So I started looking at my contract, and I realized that Sprint got bought out by T-Mobile, and it sucks. T-Mobile has better pricing than Sprint does, and I'm stuck with their crap. I don't know how I got off on that. I got off on that because of the fact that I was holding the phone, and I don't take my ADD medicine much anymore. So yeah, there's that. So now I can write Sprint and T-Mobile down. Who knows? Someone might search that. But
this from the man who not 8 hours ago texted me like, we need to be more focused.
Yeah. Well, I did say that our hook would be the fact that we would get off of the case or the track, off the rails, and then end back up on it. That's why I got a little notebook here. So I can go back and go, okay, we need to wrap back up to NECA, which is actually not true. So that's kind of a funny thing about ADD is I can sometimes get back on if I try. So really, actually, if I wanted to, I could say Angry Video Game Nerds video game. But in all fairness...
But since neither one of us finished it, what the hell can we talk about?
Well, I watched it get finished.
No, you didn't.
I stayed awake. I was just passing out once in a while. Yeah, there's a...
Yeah.
And actually, it has a pretty cool ending, how it ends. There's a lot of bonus content. But that was just the first game. We didn't play the second game. At that point, we were both ready to pass out. And we'd been drinking.
Well, no, maybe Mike's not on that channel anymore.
Is he not? Does he not do that anymore?
No, he broke off. He's doing his own stuff now.
Because I did notice he wasn't on there. Well, I thought Angry Video Game Nerd was his only, that was part of Cinemassacre.
Cinemassacre is like the umbrella.
Yeah.
But he left all of it because I saw a video of James talking about, and now Mike does his own stuff on his channel, which is basically just him bitching about games.
Wait, which one's Angry Video Game Nerd? Mike or
James?
James? Okay, so Mike's the one that I'm...
Mike did all the production of it, I think, and he was his friend. They did Jamie and Mike Mondays.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad saying it. Nothing against the guy, but I didn't really like him. I didn't hate him. I just didn't. I didn't like it when he was in the videos.
He could be snobby.
Yeah, yeah. He came off a little rough. Well, I guess I probably do too. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Wasn't a big fan of those. Actually, even the angry video game ones, when he got really hardcore and they're just dropping F-bomb after F-bomb and just like trying to get his head to turn red and stuff, even that kind of pushed a limit for me too. I mean, I'm not a prude. I don't just like swearing. But sometimes I felt he pushed it too far. But I got the point. It was a character and stuff, and they can't all be gold. So.
Yeah, and then you watch him as his regular self. He's just like this laid back dude.
Yeah, he like seems like a really like I think I could talk to him and not like he'd be a good guy to talk to. And I've actually watched his movie twice. Did you know he had a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched it twice. I don't know why. I put it on. Sometimes I'll put a movie on in the background just to like if I'm doing homework or something. Like I've seen this before, and I don't think he even claims it's the greatest movie in the world either. Yeah, I don't
think it was supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be, their thing.
Yeah, yeah. And I caught myself watching it. I've actually seen it twice fully through. It's got a couple nice nuances to it. It could be worse.
I'm sure there are worse out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's funny though watching it the second time, and being more into watching YouTube video game reviewers. There's I've noticed a lot more cameos. I guess they'd be in there. I was really shocked at how many were in there. And then I draw a complete Pat the NS Punk or some NES Punk.
Oh, Pat the NES Punk, yeah.
Yeah, he was in there. Well, he looks a lot different now than he did in that video.
I'm sure.
And then there's a couple other ones in there too I saw, and I'm like, oh. Because Pat the NES Punk, he has some stuff that I don't completely dislike. He's had a couple episodes where I'm just like, I don't know if you realize a lot of people don't think that way. But,
also, it's his channel.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I say it lightly. Very lightly. Once again, if I don't agree with it,
it's got to go.
It's got to go. Can't have it.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of people I watch that they have episodes and I'm just like, oh my God, I so disagree with you. You're such an ass in this video. And then the next week I'm like, where's this video? I need another video from him. It's
well then, you don't have to agree with them all the time.
Yeah, no. In fact, I like those. Or I should say, or where's her video. I do follow both.
Like I got so sick of the quarterling and their fucking cyberpunk stuff every 2 minutes.
Oh, he
just shut up.
Yeah.
We get it. You didn't like the game. Congratulations. Shut up.
If I still lived down there, I'd probably go over to his house right now and go, oh my God, please just stop. Get off the damn subject. That's his thing though. All you have to do is like watch one of his videos a day, and not every day. I mean, like just pick one of his videos in the day.
Yeah.
And then the next day, pick one of his videos, but not on the same topic. Because he does like 4 or 5 videos a day. If you do that, you're fine. But if you watch all his videos, you will go insane. And not slowly.
Well, those are like the ones that always kept popping up. Like, still talking about this? Come on.
Yeah. I only watched a few of his cyberpunk ones, and I was like done. It's like the Brie Larson ones too. It's and he gets made, but he admits to it. He goes, Brie Larson's paid for my shed in the backyard. He admits to why he does it, and I'm like, all right, fine. I can give you credit for that, but I don't watch them. If he comes up with a Brie Larson video, I generally skip over it. If he comes up with something with a new topic that I haven't seen, then I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I give the guy a lot of credit. He does, because he works a full-time job, apparently. He has, like, his own business and stuff. I mean,
I'm not saying I don't like him and don't respect him. I'm just saying I was so sick of his cyberpunk bitching every 3 hours.
Yeah, his repetitiveness gets old. But I like to I do give him credit. It's just the thing is I actually think his stuff would be better if he didn't do so much. But he's obviously, he works hard. There's no doubt about that. And he's found a rhythm. I mean, the guy just hit him. I remember when I subscribed to him, I think he was around 100,000 people. And that wasn't that long ago, maybe a year or two ago. I can't remember. And I found him off his Midwestly channel where he talked about, not Midwestly, that's one of his new channels. It's his card game channel. He got kicked out of Magic.
No.
Ross wanted to learn Magic, so I started looking into it, and that's how I found him. And then he was really big into it. And he even to this day, even though he's kicked out of any tournaments or anything for life, he's even said that he goes, it's one of the best board games. I will wholeheartedly disagree with him there, but, everybody, rock, potato, whatever. And so, I mean, obviously he's doing something right, though. He hit 1 million viewers the other day. He's got the gold plaque behind him. And I'm shallow. I admit, I'd like to have I've actually thought of just like for my Pound Buttons channel, just joking around, making like a cardboard one with like hand-drawn crap on it saying hit 300 viewers or something like that, but
Misspell it, make sure the 3 backwards and...
yeah, like 3 backwards, maybe the R's backwards, like Toys R Us was.
That hurts.
Well, more like a kindergarten, not like Toys R Us, but it,
that wound is never going to heal.
Well, could always move to Canada. I mean...
I have seriously considered it.
Oh my God.
I hate winter, so I'm not going farther north.
That's true. And Canada is not, from everything I'm seeing, Canada is not what Canada was.
No, they followed Trudeau, and well, that's the end of that.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was gonna go down a media campaign thing there. I think I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I could do a whole hour on that shit alone.
South Park and Canada have given us beautiful things. So
that's true. We got Ryan Reynolds out of it.
Like the Canadian South Park episodes are things of beauty. So.
I don't know if I've seen any of those. I'm so
the
far
great one where they use Canada on strike is a stand-in for the writers' strike that year. Oh, that is a genius.
Oh, I'm gonna write that down. I got to see that one.
Canada on strike, and it's the Canadian Bureau of something, and they use it as the WGA as a not-so-subtle dig at the Writers Guild of America.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's a genius episode.
Those guys are hilarious. They've written their own destinies. I mean...
Oh, yeah, they could quit right now and live forever.
And nobody can touch them. Who's going to cancel them?
No kidding. No one's coming after them. They tried to get themselves canceled that one season.
Imagine if someone tried starting something like that today.
Never in a million years.
It never.
They only get away with it because of their legacy.
Yeah, it's been there for so long. It's well, both sides have liked it for so long that even if something bad happens, they'll make up an excuse on why it's okay. And the thing is, it is okay. I mean, it's all freedom of speech at the end of the day.
Well, because everybody knows the more you push them, the more they're going to hit you.
Yeah. Well, look at Chef. They killed him off. I mean,
that was a good episode too. They just tore him up.
So I never saw that episode. That's right around, maybe a little before that, a year before that's when I stopped watching. And it was nothing against South Park. It's just, Kendall was born then, and Sears paid.
Yeah, you use your family's excuse for everything.
Well, hey, if you got it, use it. The funny thing is that South Park was probably one of the easiest stream shows of all time, at least for me. It's because
they put it on their website.
Well, and there's a channel on Plex servers and stuff that you can download for free. That there is a South Park channel, has every episode of South Park. But back then, a lot of people weren't streaming stuff. I had a tube television that I was hooking my computer up to stream stuff. And
Southern Folks is going to tell us all he's ahead of the game again.
Again, that implies that there was a point where I wasn't.
You're right. My mistake.
All right, maybe there was a Tuesday back in 2013 that I slept a bit.
Well, that was because you were sick.
Yeah, we'll blame that. I miss those days. Everything's too easy to stream now. Things shouldn't be that readily available. I mean, it is nice, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I miss waking up Saturday mornings and being upset if I missed the first cartoon because I overslept.
None of this stuff appeals to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm cynical, I guess. But it's like I watch these trailers and Bucky and Captain America looks good.
That one looks good. I do like.
But I'm like, I'm not getting Disney Plus, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it just for that. And if you did, I'd do a 7-day free trial, binge it when it's all done and out, and then cancel it. A lot of people are doing that, and Disney, I heard's feeling it. They have so much money, it's ridiculous. But
I don't care about WandaVision. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Now I really don't care about Mandalorian.
I'd rather watch WandaVision at this point than a season 3 of Mandalorian. And if Jon Favreau, I don't know how much truth there is to anything, and to be honest with you, I don't care. I'm trying not to watch this crap anymore. But some things you just, with the thumbnails, like with Jeremy,
Yeah.
with the thumbnails you can only, and it's not just Jeremy, it's all of them. And I get it. Click, you got to get the clicks. We have the same static image all the time. But but that's because we're awesome and we don't need the drag them in. We have the content.
Right.
Yeah. But Jon Favreau, if he left The Mandalorian, if he left Star Wars, I don't.
I think it would collapse.
Yeah, I mean Dave Filoni,
I mean, I think
he's
it's
awesome.
I think it's close to collapsing now. But if he left and Filoni, I don't know if Filoni would leave, would he?
I don't think it would matter. Filoni, I think, is what kept it afloat. I think Favreau is what actually brought it back on stage. And if you lost Favreau right now, if I'm even saying his name right, if you lost John right now, it would, I don't know, it wouldn't be very money.
Ooh.
I had to.
Swingers, baby.
I had to.
Winning. Love it.
Yeah. It was so corny. But
It worked, though. It's beautiful.
it was. I had to go in there. It was funny. I was thinking the other day, this is a nice thing about having ADD, actually. Sometimes I wish I had ADHD just to understand what the hyperness would be. But the other day I was thinking about Friends. There was an episode of Friends on Angie had on, and I ended up watching it. And I got thinking about Courtney Cox, and she dated Jon Favreau in a few of the episodes. Not as Jon Favreau. He was a wannabe MMA fighter in the show. And I don't know. I thought that was humorous in hindsight that from what I understand, this is what I understand, doesn't mean it's true, but this is what I understand, is that Jon Favreau didn't didn't audition anyone else except for Gina Carano. He wanted her specifically in mind, and she's an MMA fighter. So stupid little things like that, find it humorous.
In that situation, you hear that Disney's feeling the heat from the cancellations and the backlash and everything, but you're like, are they really?
I don't think they, yeah. I think you just feel that way because that's what everyone's saying. And at the end of the day, they wouldn't have gone this far if they gave a shit. I really don't think they would, because whatever they're doing is working for them. If it wasn't working for them, actually, you know what? I don't even know. It's kind of like when someone gets so big they think their shit don't stink. I kind of think that's where Disney's at. So even if it is hurting them, they don't care.
Well, I watched the Death of Modern Movies the other day in a movie trailer I saw.
What was it?
It's this movie, Nomadland, with Frances McDormand. It's typical art house garbage, right?
I actually kind of want to see that, though.
Well, it got you old bastard.
Well, I've been looking at getting a tiny van for years, though.
Well, the Death of the Movies is what's featured in it and who distributes the movie. In the movie, she gets a job at Amazon. Just so happens Amazon is the distributor of the movie. So here we go with this garbage.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I know product placement's been around for years, but that is disgusting.
Nobody does it better than Wayne's World anyways. But to be honest, yeah.
But Wayne's World was a joke.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
It's a joke, but it's not a funny joke.
Yeah, and I wouldn't watch another Wayne's World anyways.
Of course she has to get a job at Amazon. Let me guess. Their company is amazing.
Well, they're not going to say it's bad.
It's just, ugh. It just leaves a taste in your mouth. You're like, forget this.
And
from what I understand of WandaVision, all it is, ooh, is that something? 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 Is that something?
All you have to do is watch New Rockstars. And not their 50-minute one that him and the other chick do, which they're both fine, don't get me wrong. It's just, oh my God, their synopsis of it is literally longer than the show itself. The show is not an hour-long show. So it's not an exaggeration. It's way effing longer. But watch the one where he does the, unless you like that kind of thing, because they do a good job. It's just, Jesus Christ. But he does another one a couple days later about, or I should say a couple hours later, of where it's, I think it's like maybe 20 minutes, and it's a breakdown of all the Easter egg things. And if you watch that, you really saw everything. And sometimes I'd almost argue better than watching it from scratch. Kendall gets mad at me all the time because she loves it. And I'm just like, yeah, it's all right. She's like, it's better than all right. I'm like, no, it's all right. That's it. So much potential, and you just see it being lost.
It just seems to me like it doesn't matter that it's Wanda. It just seems like it's a springboard for the MCU where it's going next. And they just used her.
That is what it is. But I will give it credit that it has gotten better as it went on. If it wasn't for the fact that I kind of make myself watch it, I would not have gotten to this point where I actually do want to see the next week. The first 3 weeks, I felt...
Didn't you cancel with Disney Plus?
Yeah, but I still have time left on it.
Oh.
It's I wasn't going to prorate a month. It was... I heard that if you had a year subscription, they'd prorate the money back. So I figured, well, maybe I could argue a month. But I'm like, why would I... why argue a month? That wasn't worth it. So I'm going to watch it, though. I don't know. If you're a big enough fan, it's awesome. If you're a big enough fan, minus a little bit, it's all right. And if you're not a fan, it's not worth watching at all. The funny thing is the one person who I thought would be the most annoying in it is actually pretty good. And it's the, I don't even know if she's in Saturday Night Live. She reminds me of someone who would be. She's annoying in everything. Damn it, who is she? She's, you ever see, probably not because you don't like Will Ferrell or the combination of these two, but Step Brothers?
Nope.
Oh, I can't think of who she is. She's a main character, but she's not Olsen. She plays Agnes the Witch.
Catherine Hahn?
Is that her name?
I believe so.
What else has she been in?
Bad Moms. She's in a lot of stuff, actually.
I haven't seen Bad Moms. I actually want to see that. I've actually heard that is actually funny.
She pops up a lot of comedies.
Yeah, she's always in comedy. That's got to be her then.
I like her. She's good.
Oh, but then to you it wouldn't be a surprise. She actually, to me, I don't know. I've always felt, maybe it's because I've always seen her in like Will Ferrell type stuff. Which is funny.
I haven't seen her in that because I don't watch Will Ferrell. But
yeah, so yeah, that's kind of an interesting because I do, and we both have a different aspect of her. It's kind of interesting though when you think about it, how something can skew how you look at someone. But yeah, she's actually fantastic in it. Nobody's bad in it. It's just I just don't think it's. You kind of hit it when you said that it's just like a hunt for stuff. It really is. I feel like they left a lot of story. There is a lot of story in it, but it took me weeks to get into it. They really, instead of doing these half-an-hour shots, just made the damn thing an hour and get me into it within the first couple weeks. I mean, you really should try to get me into what would be considered the pilot, but all right, fair enough. Disney doesn't have to do that. They should at least not maybe drag it out for weeks on end, but I don't know. It's frustrating. I don't think missing it would have cost me anything, but, I'm watching it.
But odd because it's only one season, right? Because they can't do another season of it.
No, so after this it'll be, well, I think there's going to be a tie-in to the Doctor Strange movie, which I didn't dislike Doctor Strange, so I'm okay with that.
It bored me to tears, man.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
He's good in like the Infinity War and Endgame. But his movie bored me to tears.
Now, was it him, though, or was it the pacing? Because the pacing's slow.
Well, it wasn't. I like Benedict Cumberbatch. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
It's just I didn't care about the movie. I didn't care about the world it was doing. His fake Tony Stark origin story. I don't care.
His fake, yeah. I think the...
And then his stupid, I got an idea. The biggest bad that we've ever met, I'm going to beat him by just being annoying.
Yeah, I thought the pacing was kind of bad, too. I liked the movie, but I thought the pacing was bad. I could have cut that movie down to 45 minutes and made it better.
Hardly worth the price of admission.
Yeah. I did see that one in the theater, son of a bitch.
See, but the Doctor Strange one, the rumor was when it first was coming out that it was going to be like a horror movie. I'm like, oh, that would be awesome.
That would have been good.
And then, of course, they come out like, no, there's another stupid Marvel comedy thing that doesn't take itself seriously. Oh, great, here we go.
In all fairness, that
and it's going to introduce 5 different Captain Americas and 10 different Hulks, and oh, shut up.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the what ifs, because that's not canon. It's just hey, what if this happened?
It'd be a fun one-up. Yeah, it'd be fun, like Star Wars Visionaries comic was.
Exactly, and some of those are actually pretty good.
Yeah, I like some of those.
I don't know where I saw them. I think I saw them at Barnes and Noble. I don't know what I was doing. I was in the comic section of Barnes & Noble. I think I was waiting for someone to get out of the bathroom. And I picked one up and I'm like, whoa, why does Princess Leia have the lightsaber against Vader? Like, I'm like, what story is this that I didn't read? And I started looking and it was,
Yeah.
I think it was in the role of she became the Luke character, which was, I mean, because obviously Leia has had in Legends and in current canon has had a lightsaber and force sensitivity. But this was like, when you open it, you knew right away this wasn't part of that. So I was like, oh, son of a bitch. And it was good. It was actually written really well. I was surprised.
There's one where Indiana Jones finds a tomb and he finds Han Solo's bones and a really feral, insane Chewbacca.
That would be awesome.
He finds Han Solo's bones in the ground like an arrow through his chest. And then Chewbacca's in there, but he's like feral and all insane because he's been down there forever.
Oh, I'm going to have to start looking for these. See, I like that stuff. I like one-off what-ifs. There's a animation Thor and Loki out there where Thor just pummels Loki, killing him. Like, just turns him into a puddle. And I'm like, oh my God, that was actually a pretty good show. I mean, I like Loki. So, I mean, I'd hate to see him leave the comics, but he didn't in this. It was just a one-off, what if this was the way it went kind of thing. What if Thor, what if Thor got sick of Loki's shit?
Is that going to be a show or a movie?
Well, it was a movie. It was an animated series, the one I'm talking about.
But the new one that they're doing, the what ifs.
Oh, I thought that was supposed to be, I could be wrong, but I thought it was just like kind of what they're doing with WandaVision. Like just little one-offs.
No, it's a show, so I probably won't see it.
Yeah, all you have to do is wait a year. Do the 7-day free trial.
I'm not going to bother with it.
It'll be on disc. If you
No, Disney says they're not doing physical media anymore, so.
Oh, well, fuck them, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Every decision they make pisses me off, so I'm like, I'm done with your bullshit.
It's almost like they're like, you know what? We can't do wrong. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, it's arrogance.
Yeah, it is. Well, their shit don't stink. That's what happened.
You hated the sequel trilogy? Guess what? We're going to tie the Mandalorian into it. How about that? So that makes it canon forever. Shut up.
The funny thing is, the Mandalorian's great. It really is. But Jon Favreau made it great. It wasn't anything anyone else did. That's not true. The acting is great. They did a good job. All of them, even Pascal, Carano, Tiger Woods' buddy. Not Tiger Woods.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. You knew what I was talking about, though. Why can't I remember his name? He's a good actor.
Yeah, Carl Weathers.
Thank you, Weathers. I got Billy Dean stuck in my head. Billy
Dean?
Billy Dean.
A human being. Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams.
Well, speaking of which,
he got in an accident.
Did you see what? But I don't care about that.
Oh.
They're making a sequel comic to Batman '89 and Superman 70, whatever year that was.
Wait, Adam West? 60s?
No. Batman '89, Michael Keaton.
Oh, I heard something about that. I've been hearing so much Michael Keaton stuff, though. It's hard to keep track of what's really going on.
Well, these are being solicited. Not that DC's going to be around to publish these, but they do have this idea to show what would have been like if the Tim Burton universe had continued.
Well, that would be pretty good because the writers took that crap off the
technically
rails.
it would be a sequel to Batman Returns. Then I guess I don't know.
That would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, where Burton left off is where it would have to take off.
Yeah.
I think it's which is funny because did you think of it because of Billy D?
Yes, because they said he's going to be the Harvey Dent Two-Face in this comic.
Yeah. There's a Lego figure of him. Well, I think he was even in the Lego movie actually that way.
Yeah, he did the voice in the Lego movie.
Yeah, I thought that was a good homage. Like a lot of people thought that was like getting the whole wokeness, but that one I didn't see as wokeness. That one I saw as a nice little wink to.
That wouldn't be woke. That would be meta.
Well, I meant woke as in they used a person of color.
Oh, I thought it was just like a meta, like, hey.
I think that's what it was. It's a lot of times.
You know what? It was still a better appearance than him in Rise of Skywalker, so good on you, Billy D.
Oh, God, yeah. You know, I feel bad for, Billy D, obviously, like I said, I've said it a million times, you give me a check, even if it's for a penny, and you say I'm going to be taking a role in Star Wars, as long as I can get my ass there, because I can't get there for a penny, so don't give me a penny.
He's already going back on his demands.
Yeah. Hey, you can do that. You can backpedal today.
That's right.
I'd do it in a heartbeat. Who am I fooling? And let's.
Yeah, but you and I are schlubs that don't do anything.
You just hit my point.
He's a well-respected actor who's been in the business forever.
They're not selling the Colt anymore.
He still could sell gold. Wow, I almost choked on that one.
Yeah, you did. I just think of that commercial where it's a magazine ad actually where he's got the Colt 45. He's just grinning. I'm like, I would have bought that stuff. He sold it to me, and that stinking ad's what, 40 years old?
Well, you wanted to be as cool as him.
He was. Empire Strikes Back, that was the best of the three. Return of the Jedi is a close second for me. A lot of people didn't like Return of the Jedi. Well, I shouldn't say they didn't like it.
I know, the freaking Ewoks, yeah.
Yeah, I loved them. But I was that age where I thought Ewoks were awesome.
They're still awesome.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's, plus Warwick Davis, come on, the guy's never going to die.
Yeah, turn on the news tomorrow, man.
I know, I was just freaking thinking that. I mean, he's still acting. And he's done some good stuff. He's done some bad stuff, I could use one word for both, Leprechaun.
You know what? The first one's passable.
Oh, absolutely. Cheesy horror back then with some jump scares. That's what it was about.
Even number 2, I'm like, okay. It's after that.
It's the space stuff.
Well, see, that didn't happen right away.
No, not right away. And actually, and I heard they're going to not redo it. I think they're doing a sequel, but I liked Willow. I actually watched Willow last month now, but I think
Willow was just a burden of expectations and budget back then.
It probably was, yeah. But I've watched that movie. I've easily seen that movie. I want to say I've seen it over 20 times throughout my life. But like you said though, the expectation stuff. I did not know that was a George Lucas movie because back then I didn't give a crap who the director was. I was a kid.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
And I didn't know that it was supposed to spawn off 2 more sequels. I just thought it was a standalone swashbuckling movie with Val Kilmer whipping a sword around, macking on the redheaded chick. It was a good movie.
No, it's like when I bought the toys for Prince of Thieves. I didn't know they were just redone Jedi figures painted.
Were they really?
Yeah, they were left over like either Return of the Jedi or like that Power of the Force line that came out right after it. They were just unsold Star Wars figures they repainted.
That's awesome. It's
because there's a Treehouse set that's just the Endor playset.
Oh yes, that's right. It is basically. You're right. That is basically the same thing. I did know about that. I knew about the Endor Wookiee, not Wookiee.
And then the body types are just the Star Wars characters.
I didn't know that. I knew about the Endor thing, but that's awesome. Wow, my mind popped back to this. I don't know how. It's a movie thing. So I watched Chain Reaction the other day.
Oh yes.
I've seen that movie about 10 times. And I'm not saying it's a great movie, but I will argue it's a good movie. I think it actually ages on me better and better. It's like aged cheddar. It just gets a little sharper.
Well,
is it realistic? Absolutely not. But it's got Fred Ward. That dude's got the best hair of anyone of his age.
My God, Tremors 2, that mane.
It was awesome. I mean, I don't think a weed whacker could take that crap down. You need a General Zod to shoot some lasers to that crap.
That is a well-coiffed mane.
The General Zod thing, though, so what's that guy's name? Michael Shannon?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Did I actually get a name correct?
You did.
Wow. That's so there's a scene where Keanu Reeves and whatever the chick's name is in it.
Rachel Weisz.
Damn it! I should have trusted myself. They send flowers to Morgan Freeman in his house because they know the feds are watching and stuff, and it was like a secret little thing. The guy driving the van, he gets out. And I'm like, God, it looks like Michael Shannon a little bit. And as I started looking a little closer, I'm like, oh my God, Michael Shannon is the driver of the flower delivery van in Chain Reaction.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
I don't know why. I always kind of thought Michael Shannon hit it before Keanu Reeves did. But Chain Reaction was by no means Keanu Reeves' first movie either. So
it was after Speed.
Yeah, well, that and Keanu Reeves has done, well, obviously it was after
Bill and Ted
too.
yeah.
But My Private Idaho, which I actually thought was a horrendously horrible movie. I don't give a crap
I think
about.
everybody did.
Yeah, that was, oh my God.
He was in a
It's
Walk in the Clouds. I think that was right around Speed.
Walk in the Clouds is actually not a bad movie. It's just not a great movie. But if you are having a date night with someone who likes Keanu Reeves, that is a tolerable movie to watch.
Setting aside Keanu Reeves franchise stuff, one of his best is The Replacements.
Oh my God. Absolutely. God, what a good
I
movie.
mean, it's kind of cheap that they don't use the NFL teams, but it's still fun.
I'm okay with them not doing it because that would have just been, there's something, that movie's a B movie. And I love it for it. If it actually used licensed franchises, it wouldn't have been a B movie.
That's true.
I mean, they had Matt in it. I don't like the guy. Well, I don't dislike the guy. I just didn't, he wasn't for me. But having him in there narrating the whole scene where Falco's walking up to the chick in the bar, I love that. I mean, it's so good.
And it features who? Jon Favreau.
Yes, it does, with the bloody nose. Always with the bloody nose.
He's the cop who just kills everybody on the field.
Yep. Who befriends the criminal.
That's right. There's a lesson in there.
Yeah, Ron from The Office, Pam's original fiance, is the deaf guy. Roy, yeah.
Orlando Jones, of course.
Yep, doing his, what's the song? They sing it in the jail.
Yeah, first I was afraid I was petrified.
Yeah.
That one. Can't remember the name now. But
they all go into their choreography.
Booze kills people. Booze kills, man. Woo.
It does. God, it was such a good movie. 7 Up Yours, Orlando.
Yep.
I saw one of those shirts the other day too at like Goodwill or
Almost got kicked
something.
out of school over that shirt.
What's that?
Almost got kicked out of school for wearing that shirt.
Did you really? This shirt's great. I mean, I guess I get it because it does say Up Yours.
And it was a Christian school, so.
Yeah, that's right. You went with Dan, was it? No, Mike. Or no, it was Dan.
Who the hell are you talking about?
I don't know. One of your friends you went, the big, tall guy. English dude, Michigan. And then came back.
Oh, yeah, Matt.
I had one of the letters right. Actually,
Pretzel.
Pretzel went there too?
Huh? That's where I met him.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, Keanu Reeves, it was, I don't know. The guy got so much crap for doing Bill and Ted's because he went to do Shakespeare up in Canada after that, which he got awesome reviews.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew him for anything else, but he did a movie where, he did a based on a true story movie where, I'm getting Joaquin Phoenix mixed up with one, because he did a movie with Joaquin Phoenix where, I want to say River is in the title or something. It's kind of dark. What is it?
A river runs through it, the fly fishing movie?
No, I was thinking that too. That's Craig Sheffer, though, and Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Keanu Reeves did one where he plays the angsty teen, but it's actually pretty good. I don't know why I can't remember it. But it's good. And then he did another one too where one of his really good friends who is really talented in like writing music and stuff commits suicide, and he finishes this opera type thing or whatever that he was doing. And I've never watched the whole thing all the way through, but what I saw of it was really good. It's a dark drama, and it was really good. So he's done a lot of good stuff, and man, he's just been acting forever. But and I think I watched Chain Reaction because I'm like, you know what? I like this movie. I can watch it like once a year, and it's okay for me. Watch it too much, and then there's too many holes in it. But so I watched it, and part of it's filmed in Wisconsin, which I kind of like. And I started seeing little things too, like Michael Shannon, and then there's the janitor from Scrubs, who also was the dad in
The Middle. Yeah.
The Middle. I was gonna say Malcolm in the Middle, and I'm like, no, that's not it. And Middle threw me up, but The Middle. He's the state trooper that gets shot. That Keanu Reeves gets his gun, but he didn't kill him. A sniper rifle killed him.
Boy, you know what? He had bad luck because he was the cop that got shot the train in The Fugitive too.
Shut up! Is he really?
Yeah, he gets killed by the one-armed man, and they even make fun of it in Scrubs.
That's awesome.
Because JD sees the movie, he's like, janitor, he was an actor.
I didn't know that. I thought I'd seen all the Scrubs too.
Yep. I
might have to look for that one too. All right, that's getting written down too. Scrubs. I love watching old stuff. So someone the other day, I'm going to try to say this without getting too political. Someone the other day showed a picture of a cop who was shot in the head and bleeding on the ground. And they're making their political comment on it, which was, even if it was a real picture, it was garbage. And I didn't comment on it. And when I went to go find the tweet, whatever you want to call it, tweet, I guess, I couldn't.
The twit, yeah.
The twit, yeah. When I went to go find the twit, I couldn't find it. And I'm wondering if it got removed because it was kind of graphic. Because I recognized the cop. And I'm like, oh, come on, you ain't passing this one by me. Remember, it might have been the pilot episode of Talk Troopers or the second one. And you said the name. And I couldn't believe you said it because I could not. Here, I'll just do it again. Blind detective on television. Not really blind.
Oh, Ron Eldard.
Ron Eldard. Remember when I told you he was the non-credited cop in Maniac Cop who walks up to a car and leaves it? That was the picture they put.
They used the Maniac Cop picture.
They used the Maniac Cop picture. I mean, it's just a close-up, so you can't tell that it's an old-ass movie, but they tried pawning it off as this thing. And that's what Twitter is. It's just a bunch of bullshit. I just started laughing when I saw it, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to say anything because it's a serious subject, and I'm going to make a joke of it. And then later on, I realized, oh, wait a second. It's Twitter. I'm going to make a joke of everything. So I went back and I couldn't find it.
Bullshit, you should call them on it.
I know. I should. I was a lot more... So to anyone listening who follows us on Twitter... You probably know what I'm about to talk about. So at first, I was pretty timid. I showed you most of the stuff I wrote. And it was usually stuff if I'm the crapper and I'm bored.
Yeah.
I don't show you everything now because I just put so much on there. I call people out left and right now. That's just because there's so much crap. I'm like, nobody researches anything. It's like a 2-second Google. And then there's a lot of people on there when they do put something, someone will respond, well, show me the link. And I get it. If you're going to put something up there that you think's factual, maybe you should put the link up there. But I don't do that. I will actually go and try to Google or DuckDuckGo it. And if I can't find it, then I'll go back and I'll be like, I tried looking for it. Show me the proof.
But you'll never get it.
No, and I never do. One person did one time put a link up there. I'm curious if they thought I wasn't going to look at it because I looked at it and it actually proved the opposite of what they're saying. Or I'm wondering if they just didn't know how to read. I'm voting for both.
Probably for both. Yeah, probably a little bit of both in here.
Yeah, that's, we ripped on Twitter, people. So that's a good place to hit the stop record button here. Here's that usual spot where I say you made it all the way to the end, and thanks for listening, and I really do mean it. Thank you for listening. If you want, leave us a message or anything, head over to talktroopers.com. There's a gaps in between where we're posting once in a while, and that's just because we are in the process of figuring out a good schedule and stuff. Our schedules are busy, so we have to get together to talk. But otherwise, thanks for listening.